maybe you'd like to say a little bit for yourself or something.
Oh, sure, yes. My name is Lucy Song. I play flute. I'm going to be performing East Wind by Shula McRawn, and I'm currently a DMA student at the University of Texas.
it's really important to try and make a greater distinction between the bits that are very declamatory and sort of furious or angry, and the bits that are more mellow, right? And you kind of immediately head off into a pretty sound. And I wonder if it could be just nastier, more aggressive and nasty.
Okay.
Things that make it sound pretty are a pretty relaxed vibrato. Like maybe your vibrato could be more intense. Beautiful note shapes, like you do beautiful tinkers, just a little bit on the end of every note, right? That's very classy flute playing. But maybe here, we want something that's more like, imagine if I was doing and throwing the bow off, it's a little bit, keep the sound going to the very last note. Okay. Like you're really screaming, you're not going to go, that sort of feeling.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's from the very beginning.
Well, the first long expressive section is here, where it's
you get that little slip of stuff.
Yeah, right. There's like a little melody here, and it's a little bit more. Yeah, it says expressive. Yeah.
So can you play me this bit by itself first, and then we'll go back.
Yeah. It's a little violent and unexpected.
So if we said the pretty stuff is this little bit here. Do you think those grace notes belong into this, or do you think they belong in it?
I've been playing them like they belong to the other one. I mean, it looks like they're supposed to be fast grace notes, so maybe like belonging to the other one and then suddenly changing here.
Okay. It's not clear, right?
Yeah.
It's not very clear.
Yeah.
I can hear it going either way.
Right.
I think if you, the fact that dynamics underneath that rather than underneath the C, kind of
right,
makes
that's true.
Maybe.
Right.
But the important thing is that I can hear it, right? So whatever you decide, make sure that it's really coming across to the listener.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think if you imagine that these grace notes are going to go with that, maybe keep them stronger, right?
Yeah.
And then maybe you need a bit of daylight between them and the C sharp being beautiful. Right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do this one more time. I think that B flat is too soft.
Okay.
Or maybe these notes are a little loud, I'm not sure, but B flat's, there's a diminuendo, but it vanishes too much.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to roll. Yeah, live it a little.
I think maybe you can get to it rolling the flute out a little. And speed up the air a little bit more. Yeah. Let's try to explain it for instance. If you did it without the fingering. I almost feel like it's almost easier not to time it, just do an air push. Yeah, and then try adding a finger as well. Yeah. Now I hear it glissando.
Yeah, okay.
Before I didn't really. Yeah. Okay, so so this stuff up here. Play me at a high D like you're going to knock me out of the room. It's really good, but it's got a slow start. It's like you're checking with notes. Oh yeah. Yes. Okay, so I had a dog called Doug. And I remember when I first got Doug, Doug just seemed like the right name. And I had a friend, a colleague who was a percussionist, with the same name. And I remember I was walking my dog into the school, which you should really do. I was walking my dog into school. And Doug, the percussionist, came down the hallway, and I thought for a split second, oh my god, he's going to ask me what the name of the dog is. And what am I going to say? And I can't lie. I'm a terrible liar. And sure enough, he comes closer and says, what's the name of your dog? I go, Doug. And he said, well, I was waiting for this response, and it seemed like it took half an hour. And he said, well, it's a terrible name to shout. No. But that's absolutely not true. Doug is fantastic. Doug! You know, it's an awesome name to shout. That high D is a fantastic note right there. And, you know, normally with high notes, we're concerned about making them sound genteel, right? We're trying to polish off the beginnings and ends. In this piece, you get to go for it, right? Yeah. It doesn't say, yeah, we've got accents.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I would really go for that. Go for it broke.
Yeah.
And you know, you're soloing, so if you're a little sharp, you know, we'll live with it because we're not hearing a comparison. And I think you just want to figure out how to breathe often enough that you can do it.
Yeah.
Right. So where are you breathing?
I guess that's a really good question. I mean, after like longer notes, like the tied quarter notes, or just I'm trying to sync one in whenever I have.
Right. I think it's good to have a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And where do you want to be loudest?
Here.
Yeah. I
Just
agree.
kind of like letting it go.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just hear this last one bit here. Okay, so let's play for me an octave lower with as much force and accent and sort of animation as you can imagine. Great. So the notes, the tenor notes, make you think you should play them long, right? Yeah. There's something about that, just very long notes, that doesn't sound energetic enough.
Okay.
If you could imagine you have tenuos and dots, I think that would have a better feeling.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Way better. Okay. We'll try the stratosphere again. Better. So it uses a bit more body stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I noticed a lot of the time when you play, you're on your left leg.
Oh no.
Yeah. Is that because you're putting the throat?
No, I think I'm just in a habit of becoming a little unbalanced because I'm like going towards the stand, but I need to like.
It would actually make a difference in this situation. It would make a difference.
Yeah. I need to ground myself. Sometimes I find myself just like kind of floating away.
Yeah.
Maybe it's tension or something.
Yeah. And it probably makes you feel like you're getting more in it. You know,
Right.
There's lots of things about body motion that feel a certain way. How about doing this one more time and actually sort of think about, you know, crouching a little, get your knees actually actively bent. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's better.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe just a D sharp. Finger and knees. Wow. Thumb is that?
This finger instead of that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Shoot, show me what the finger use was. It'll come to me probably in an hour. There's a really spectacular finger which is a little easier.
Okay.
That one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll think of it. Yeah, basically if you play E flat up to low, you don't need to move one finger over or something. Okay, that one seems a little resistant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you try other fingers?
Yeah, I tried some other ones on. I just found like a fourth register finger in chart.
The Nestor Hertzbaum, I'm probably mispronouncing it. There's a book by this guy, which is full of fingers, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
And it probably has, like for high E, there's like 2 pages of choices.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And flutes vary so much for those high notes. It's, a lot of it depends on the placement of the short keys and how much they open and how much the chimney comes off the tubing, and really every flute is an individual up there.
Yeah.
So I don't think there is that fingering, and I think it would be a really good idea to try lots. Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, I thought I had good access to fingerings until I got this book, and I was like, oh wow, whole different league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, alright. So, can we go back now? Can we go back from somewhere so you feel like we've got our money at it?
Okay, sure. Maybe here.
Okay, and I want you to make sure you breathe as much as you can, and don't worry about the time, because in a way, it's sort of creating more anxiety. It actually fits. I feel like I brought bad vibes to your t-shirt, sorry. Okay, so the one thing I really think about that, everything's great, except when you hit the stratosphere notes, your vibrato just goes away.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? And that sounds a little bit like, for somebody who's not a flutist, it's like, oh gosh, like you said, that's really tough. Right? And it is.
Right.
It is. But you don't really want to convey that to
Okay.
the audience.
Yeah.
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 That's better.
Yeah.
Sounds more convincing.
Okay.
Okay, so get good vibrato up there. You probably have to feel like you're using more of your body. Like the bigger the sound, the more you need to spread out that squeezing, relaxing type motion. So you get more and more gut involved there. Yeah. It's like you feel your whole body going,
Yeah.
yeah. Yes. So that's actually something to practice, actually getting it wide enough and fast enough that it sounds like it's frantic.
Okay.
Okay. Great. Excellent. Okay. So, I think that's sort of the peak of the piece, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think every time you get this piece out and practice it, make sure you do that. Make sure you go for broke, right? You have to really get that as loud, as big, and as dramatic as you can make it. Yeah. Okay, so this sort of the very end now. The glissando thing at the end. It's sort of like your glissando went with the diminuendo. And it would be really great if you heard the glissando and then the diminuendo. Yeah. Definitely better. You're doing your thing. See if you can sink inside before you do the rolling.
Yeah, that's easier, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Good. Wait, let's go from here.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to interrupt for you, sorry. The dynamic here. Switch on a pianissimo in F. You've just been playing extremely loud, right? So I don't think there's a problem with it being too loud. But I wonder about the colour.
Yeah.
You know, you've had that sort of, you're back to kind of a darkness and a more focused sort of sound.
Yeah.
You could be something a bit more mellow, which would be a clearer delineation of like frantic, bizarre, you know, more expressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, way better. Much nicer colour. Okay, so just getting off those B's. Oh, you need my key. I cheat, right? I can do C sharp here and then B here. So much nicer. Sorry about that. I need my food. Anyway, when you're doing that, something is leaking a little bit when you go to the B. And it's probably one of these fingers shifting a little bit when you move your hand, right? So I know this sounds crazy, but play the B first, right? And then roll your finger back to play C sharp, and however you're going to do that. But really think about keeping these fingers exactly the same. Like, don't change this part of your hand at all. Okay, I'm going to try and hold the end of your hand so you can't do that. So you can feel how much you're...
kind of.
Yeah,
Okay, so
okay.
just the pinky.
So the trouble with that is it's, you know, changing how your fingers like on the flute.
Yeah.
So you're probably putting tremendous pressure through your little finger, but really the problem is these guys.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so another option, I did this before, is actually play C sharp, like, you know, jam a bit of your finger on the C sharp key, and then your passage is closing.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't work. No.
I don't have to
Bad
practice
idea.
that.
Bad idea. Okay. You don't need open holes anywhere, do you? These?
Yeah, you do in the little glisses here.
But they're only from E to F.
Yeah.
fix the C sharp D thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Then you're going to go this way more.
Yeah.
This one's good.
Yeah.
So it's these two that should do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Anyway. So can we do that one more time? Play to the beat. Think about a beautiful sound of the beat. Yeah, one of the flute players who was famous for having a beautiful sound was Julius Baker, right? He had a really big head. There's more I can say about that, and I'm not going to. Anyway, if you can imagine really, really big space inside your mouth, right? It's like you've got something stuck in there. Yeah. You want to keep that space really open. The more you can have an open sound here, the easier this is going to be. It's difficult because you're kind of a little bit pushing the sound into a dark spot. Yeah. Do you want to go from the C sharp, imagining that the you just played? So my last comment would be, take more time. There are places right through the piece which are a little bit like those at the beginning, felt that you have enough forward motion. And there are places where you could compensate more for a low note not being loud enough, and high notes being too bright.
Okay.
Even some of the grace notes, I feel like, if you do what's literally on the page, all we hear is this, I mean, we're kind of missing where the direction of the grace notes are going to.
Right.
So, if you take a step back from it and can think about repeated notes and how they have a feeling of acceleration, and that sort of helps to create a sort of feeling of freneticness and anger, right? Or desperation, something very special about that. You need to accentuate those things more. And the grace notes, I think, could lead more into the note, the main note. There's one place where there's like C sharp Ds, right? Where C sharps are just 16th notes, but they come out so much louder than the D that I think we miss the feeling of the D. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So if you can think a little bit more about gestures, you know, you're really accurate, but if you can just take a step back and think about what are all these notes trying to do? And what can this be in that piece? So there's more distinction, more beautiful, more frenetic, more angry, and more direction. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Bravo. Really great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Maybe the video you can say who you are.
I'm Abby Middle. I'm from Ann Arbor, Michigan. I study at the University of Michigan. And I'll be playing Introduction and Variations by Schubert. The theme from this is based on lyrics that talk about a man who's mourning the loss of a woman's love, and he's hoping that she notices him once he's dead and gone.
And you're doing it just the first part.
Introduction, theme, through variation 3.
Very beautiful. Yeah. So, I feel like you're doing better already.
Okay.
They're squeezing.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it.
Good. Okay. So, the first thing that strikes me when you play this, and this is more related to this sort of stuff down here.
Okay.
This is me doing a really bad copy, right? You don't actually sound like this.
Okay.
I'm just exaggerating. Right? Yeah, so what's going on? What causes that? What type of effect?
Like too much going on inside my mouth. Like
Yeah,
like
pretty
air,
much.
like pressure, air pressure happens
Yeah.
too often.
Okay. Pick one of these spots and see if you can play it much more smoothly. I still hear it a bit, do you?
A little, yeah.
A little. I want to try something. Okay, this is really awkward. I'm going to need your fingers. You're going to hold on. You can hang on to it. Yeah. One more. I'm messing up the rhythm on purpose. Okay, so that's terrible, right? But because you don't know when I'm going to change fingers, you have got the same inclination to change everything inside your mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, and the sound is not great, of course. Another way to think about this is if you make one note spectacularly wonderful, like the best you can do, Abby 110% awesome, right? Then the next note is going to sound different, right? There's something very exclusive about playing the best sound you can play.
Yeah.
Then there has to be a lump or a change or some kind of maneuver to get to the next note. If you instead settled for like 80% Abby central, then there wouldn't be a need to do quite so much.
Okay.
And it might be very disappointing for you, like the flute who spend hours working on sound. But for the listener, when we're just hearing a beautiful phrase,
Okay.
that's probably going to be more rewarding.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll
That
go there.
makes sense.
It's better already.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about the phrase a lot more.
Yeah. And I think with one step further would be to really think about which notes are you really picking up as the skeleton, right? Like, which notes there do you think are most important?
This downbeat.
Yeah. Thinking.
This downbeat.
Yeah, probably.
And like this.
Going to the C natural is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so notice that the A did not feature.
Yeah, I guess I'm thinking of it like leading to this G.
Yeah. I hear more A than most things usually.
Okay.
You'll try it again.
Like the A's pop out too much, or I
I
should.
believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that better.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes it's actually interesting to play a phrase like that and transpose it to like down to Z perspective because some notes just have characters, right? And we can get kind of sucked into that. I feel like this is a little bit, the flute's playing you rather than
Yeah.
you playing the flute.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So same thing here, right? What's important if we go from here?
Like the F sharp A C, like that, like
Yeah.
skeleton.
And then after that.
This downbeat. And then well, this B. Like that,
Yeah, okay.
skeleton.
It's a little subjective, isn't it?
Yeah.
try just noodling on these notes once, a little bit more of the same.
Oh, okay. Oh, starting there?
So, I mean, just really just match the timbre, right?
Okay.
Maybe just think about finding a middle ground. Yep, great. Great. I didn't like the D sharp so much, right? Round there, you tighten up your stomach, right? And I really hear it on that F sharp and on that A.
Okay, the tightening?
Yeah, yeah.
Should have taken the breath.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. Not so great down here, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Great. Okay. So the next thing, the theme. You haven't played this on piano yet, have you?
No.
Right. Okay. Because I thought you were very careful about keeping your tempo sort of steady. This is such a huge piece for the pianist. This is just really hard for them.
Yeah. Not very awkward.
And they're going to play this, yeah. They're going to play it like a pianist would play it, right? So it's going to be a slightly different feeling of expression.
Okay.
I think the pieces where we really have to deal with this are the Schumann romances, 3 romances by Schumann. And I guess this piece. Really, a lot of the other romantic music for flute is a little less pianistic, maybe. The Rhino Undine's Night, maybe. Yeah. So, from a pianist point of view, timing is a really important means of expression, right? So,
yeah.
The little places where, like the word means tears, which like these sort of things, right? They're not going to be exactly in time, right? The pianist just wouldn't do that.
Okay.
They're going to play with a certain amount of vibrato. And because they do it first, you get to copy, right? So that's convenient. But I think the bottom line is that this is going to go a little slower than you're thinking.
Okay.
Without you having any control over that, because they play first.
Yeah.
Right? So it's going to sound a little weird. The pianist does all this beautiful sort of subtle vibrato and stuff. You're like showing through your part. Yeah. So maybe listen to a selection of recordings, maybe play along with the recordings to get an idea of what you're going to have to deal with.
Okay.
Is the slower it gets, I feel like the harder it gets.
Yeah.
Just, playing beautiful high notes. Right. So leaving the details of what rubato might look like aside, so you can learn that from listening. Let's try playing some of these notes with a little bit more feeling of security about where the note's going to start.
Okay.
Yeah. So can we just play beats, right? Okay. So try taking your articulation out. No retain. That sounds better.
Okay.
That sounds a lot better.
Yeah, we think this is a lot more.
Yay! Yeah, okay, so the timing can be a huge distraction.
Yeah.
Right? So a good way to practice this would be doing that, gut puffs, and alternating the gut puff plus a actual articulated note. So you can figure out what articulation is going to work best for you and not derail great sounds and control there.
Okay.
You want to try it? Experiment.
Yeah, I still hear like the air, like
Yeah.
tiny little bit of air before.
the sound.
Okay.
Better. Way better.
Okay.
Yeah. That sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, so then we've got the. And we've got a little bit more feeling control on how loud and when exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to get away from
Okay.
that. Better. Think about the end being a little bit more of a taper than a just chop. Yes, nice. Okay, one more on this there. I know it's horrible. Okay, just take a bit more time, do more with support. Yes, nice. Okay, so to me that sounds lyrical, sounds beautiful, sounds like you can do what you wanted. They match in dynamics.
Yeah.
It's a whole different sphere, right? To
Yeah.
what you were doing before.
Okay. Yeah.
And I think that it's very, very naked when you play this. I mean, there's piano going, but it's like down there somewhere, you know? You're up there.
Yeah.
And it needs to sound so fragile for the color, you know, for the character of the piece.
Yeah.
And that sounds beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah. So try working more on that. Then when you get to do this, it's going to feel wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very much.
All right. Now this version, I feel like the beginning of this is the hardest thing in the piece. Because it's this horrible in-between speed, right? It's not slow, it's not fast. It's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Okay, so the answer to that is relax your fingers.
Okay.
You're like,
I felt quite tense during this variation.
death grip on the flute there. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so just noodle around on some fingers for a little bit there. Chilling out, right?
Yeah.
Got a couple of elbows to chill out, that really helps. Still on the soft play anyway, right? So take a moment, right? And that will sound appropriate. When you go from a slow movement, we're thinking slowly after that, right? You have to remember the audience is behind you.
Okay.
So you're ready to move on, and we're still going, oh, this is so beautiful.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you went diving into no, it's not going to be good for the listener.
Okay.
Actually.
Yeah.
You've got time.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's do the beginning of this one again. Yeah, it's kind of like a written out tune, you know?
Yeah. And like some of the special notes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay, so when you get to this, I hate to say, you're making the little finger on the E, likes me a little.
Okay.
Just play that measure.
Oh, like this?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the next one, what's important to you here?
kind of like the gestures that keep going upward.
So when you play, I do hear that. I get, and I feel like maybe might be a bit more of the classical lean in this piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to try that? Yeah, great. Not so loud here because it's just so high. I need the air shine. That's really good. Nice. Okay. So all that's good. This stuff. I thought you did a wonderful job with that. Great. Really good.
Okay.
This thing. Couldn't hear the articulation very well.
Okay.
Yep. So that. Are you single tone, double tone, or what?
Single.
It might be easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just seems to be more clipped, whatever you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah. Say it for me. Tack, 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 or tack, tack, tack. Yeah. Be kind of like ferocious.
Okay.
Even though it's kind of soft.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I was thinking a bit more like floaty, but that didn't. Yeah, it makes the articulation.
Yes, it's just something.
Yeah.
And especially, when we're playing piano, we sound so many. Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah, so in the minute you're playing piano, you have to really spice up the articulations.
Okay.
Better?
Okay.
Yeah, good. Okay.
These, I never know like how much they want a diminuendo. Like,
Personally, I don't think I'd do one.
okay.
Because you've got high notes right then going down to a low note. I still want to hear something.
Yeah.
You get a diminuendo without doing anything at all. Like if you were actually trying to maintain a body, that would be hard.
Okay.
So I wouldn't worry about that.
Okay.
Yeah. There was something else in here I wanted to bring out. I'm sorry, I'm just not remembering which bit it was. Yeah, anyway, play for me from here. I think I know what it is. In the context of this, with the piano, we need a little bit more clarity about the beginning note of each beat.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like that note, I think would help. If we go, I kind of can't really tell where you started.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that measure may be even more important. So like if you can imagine you're playing, say, have you done one of the Mozart quartets and strings?
No.
No, not yet. Okay. Okay, think about wind quartet, right? And something where everybody's playing big chords and it's kind of busy. There's just that feeling of a tiny bit of time, right, about something that's important.
Okay.
And in this particular piece at this moment, each measure is kind of a big event. It kind of needs a little bit of history. Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
That has a lot more clarity. It's good.
Okay.
Okay. Let me just hear. I think your E might be a little on the flat side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You were taking a pinky off?
Just now I wasn't. I was just like,
Uh-huh.
oh my.
Great. Okay. Good. Okay. And then same thing here. I really need to hear the A before
Okay.
you rush on all these notes. Because the rhythm here is really, really crucial, right? Can
Yeah.
you go from here? Great. You go too fast here, just so you know that.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So the next variation, one wonderful, wonderful. The pianist is going out of their mind playing octaves. Right? So this is going to go slower, for sure. And you have no say on anything in this one. You just have that in there, and you know about the extra bit there. Good.
Yes.
Okay, variation 3. So, of course, you don't know this yet, but variation 3 is going to be slower by the time you get there.
Okay.
And I think that it's quite beautiful. It's a bit slower.
Okay.
This is a little bit like stuff out of the Trout Quintet or something like that. Very iconic Schubert.
Okay.
And just a little bit more feeling of a gentle. Just take a little more time. Try to imagine these triplets against your doubles. I think they're ordinary in real life. You have a piano right here.
Yes.
Just feel this. Awesome. Okay.
Okay.
It's quite different, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really, really, really beautiful. I think this is one of the most special moments in this piece. Yeah. So, once you've got an idea of what this actually feels like, I'm sure this is going to be easy. But there's nothing rushed about it, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes it's really clear that the flute part is the leading voice, and sometimes it's really clear what the piano part is.
Okay.
And I would love to be able to hear that difference when you're playing it, you know? But you'll figure that out. It's going to be great. We're doing time. Yeah, it's finished. Okay, bravo. Really good.
Hello, I'm Daniel Jordan, a recent graduate from Oberlin Conservatory, and I'll be playing Valerie Coleman's Danza dell'America
good fingers. Excellent. There's some oddities in a few spots. Grace notes mostly. So yes. You wound up on a high E.
I got lucky, yeah.
Once I managed to get E and G sounding at the same time, which actually it's really cool, but it's not what she wrote down. Anyway, okay, so let's go back to the beginning. So this hall is too boomy, right? So I don't really hear da da da. You hear da da da. Can you make those notes more articulate? Great. And so what sort of tempo we got here? Da 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 E, right? Excellent. Okay. Where do you want to be loudest in this piece?
In the whole piece?
Mm-hmm.
Probably around here-ish, maybe. Maybe here.
Yeah, there's a few places, right? So I think with you, the temptation is to play loud, to go really loud, all the time. Yeah. So I think the beginning is wonderful when it's really bold like that, but I think you should save a little bit. Yeah. So for you, especially, because you can play so loud, if you aim for just forte, not fortissimo, I think you'll have a nicer sound quality, which would be a really good way to start this piece. Yeah, let's try that. Awesome. So someone's put lines in here. Yeah, it's just. I guess why not? Okay. Okay, and then going on. So we've got forte and mezzo piano, right? So I think this could be like more delicate. Yeah, she writes delicate. That would be good. Keep going. Keep going. Good. How soft do you want to go? There. What's the softest spot?
Such a spot.
On the piece.
In the piece.
Yeah. There's the high notes in the last page, which you need to be.
Yeah, that's
That's wishful thinking, isn't it?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
maybe there's a subito, maybe over here is pretty soft, but
Yeah. So, what do you think about that in comparison to other things? Does that feel like a good piano to you?
maybe a little too soft.
Okay, great. Let's go for the top. Keep going. Great. That is where I think you need the forte, right? That thing there. Yeah. This is better. I thought before you started so loud, it didn't really have any room to go anywhere, you know? Yeah. Okay. So keeping going, I thought you had some passages here that were a little too loud, maybe. If you could think about this as like, the beginning is, well, here I am, da da da, right? And then you're meandering, sort of thinking about stuff, rather than trying to compete. So, like, all this is meant to be mezzo piano, right? Or less. Yeah. Do you want to go from here? multi-rubato. So I think you could actually, for a lot of this piece, be a little bit more mindful about just keeping a pulse. Her music is very distinctively rhythmic, I would say. You know, like looking at everything she's written, there's usually a really strong sense of pulse going on, and sometimes it's really catchy, sort of, you know, get up and dance type rhythms. And sometimes it's a little bit more nebulous than that. But I think she's pretty careful about what she's notating. So I think if you could, maybe you can practice lots of the measurement just to see how far away you are from where it should be. That might change some of the phrasing, actually, if you hear it like that. Yeah. So this bit here, no, I think I was thinking more about this stuff in here. Anyway, yeah, I think if you were a bit stricter about the time through this chunk, like really all the way through to about here, right? I think that would have a different feeling to it. Yeah, okay. So, for now, let's try and do this. Play me a high B. Do that one first. Soft one. Awesome. One without vibrato. Loud and soft. It seems like you do it better when you're playing with vibrato. Why is that?
Maybe it helps cheat a little bit.
Yeah.
To get the pitch up.
Yeah. Do it again.
Without vibrato?
Yep. Good. Let's do G's. Oh, pitch. Gosh. Good. The natural. Okay, awesome. So before, this didn't seem like the piano solo I was expecting, right? And you did a diminuendo here or something as well. Yeah. Once you go from here, a high D, so soft here. Let me just those three notes here. Take your time. Try to build up the support before you let go of the lower one. Better. Yeah, better. Okay. So rhythm. Your rhythm goes crazy through here, right? Do you want to go from the E again? Better. Yeah, so don't slow down, right? It sort of takes away from the gesture. If anything, you want to speed up, I think. Yeah. Okay, great. Let's go from here. Great. 12 notes, which makes really good sense from a playing point of view. Much easier to string together. Yeah. Try it a little bit again. Excellent. I still think it's too loud. I love this. Yeah. So if you did I think just backing off a little bit on some would help you make more shape. Yeah, but basically this is sounding a lot nicer, I think, the way you're doing it. Okay. Great. So this glissando was awesome. This was fabulous. You do that really well. That's awesome. This one was really good. This one doesn't come across so great. And I know that's a fingering thing, right? You know, it's not what you can do. But you could add like sliding and closing keys. Do you want to try that? Yeah, that's definitely better. Okay, and then you've got E flat. Yeah, I do this little kind of the same way actually. I've got this hole, maybe this one a little bit open, they've got the keys down, and I can tap the pitch one. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. If you want to get aggressive, you can put down foot trumpets. Okay, so this stuff is also maybe could be just more metronomic, you know? Then I think we'd notice the accelerator much more. So you kind of do a bit of a pause. And I mean, she's got breath marks, but I don't think that's the same thing as taking time. Right? Do you want to try once, because this will be terrible, just as you're used to doing it differently. Do you want to go from maybe here somewhere? Go a little slower, give yourself room to do an accelerator, and see if you can keep the pulse sort of steady. So going faster version of that, I think would be really exciting. Great. Don't go loud again here. Whatever dynamic you keep, just stick with that, right? There's nothing actually saying that it's very loud. This is actually in an MP. Yeah, and I think if you can think about this section just being butterflies or whatever, then we've got much more interesting loud stuff over here, right here. So we need the diversity. Okay, so your singing stuff was great. It just takes weird time sometimes. So same thing, I think the pulse could be a lot more regular. Yeah. How about going to the top of this, again a little bit slower, so you can keep it really steady. Okay, you did A flat through something. Oh god, it's A flat. I never noticed that. I learn something every day. Wow, alright. Okay, so the singing stuff. Are you actually trying to sing the sandwich?
I'm trying my best. Yeah, it's probably not working out.
So the way to practice it is actually practice just
Yeah.
singing, right? It's horrible. La, yeah, I mean, you have to really just, literally, I mean, the best description I've heard of singing and playing is you multitasking. That's really true. Yeah. So make sure you actually practice singing for it. Alright, so then, this sounds terrific. Okay, so this, I lost the sense of pulse again, right? Just not sort of strict enough. Okay, we'll skip all over that stuff. Oh yeah, way too quick. God, are you actually counting this in rhythm or are you changing to 316?
I'm kind of changing to 316.
That's why. Okay, so I'm a great fan of doing whatever makes it easier. But right here, when you do that, I lose the funkiness in the rhythm.
Okay.
It just sounds different. Yeah. I should make it do that for you. So that's me thinking 316. Okay, here's me thinking in 4. Does it sound different?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still trying to put the accents in the same place. But I think she's very cognizant of this, or she would have written 316, right? Yeah. So I'm sure you can fix that. Yeah, alright. So then we've got more this thing, the glissando. What are you doing now?
Just rolling in.
Try adding some fingers.
Nice.
Yeah. I think the trouble with these glissandos is that they're so loud, and the high notes just don't have that sort of flexibility. If you're doing that alone, softer, you'll be fine. But in this register, it's just really going to get anything in it. Yeah. So I would add stuff. Yeah. Okay, so then we get to the big thing. This just doesn't sound ethereal to me, I'm sorry. Okay, so what would make it sound beautiful and ethereal and sonic and all that stuff?
Vibrato and, you know,
Okay,
soft articulation.
right, so show me the first one. Okay, so yes, your foot's much higher than it was when you were playing. Okay, you're still like, you know, doing all this stuff here. Start with your face and playing position. Okay, even more than that. Play a dud one. We're going to count the first one that's not happening, right? You're still like resetting like crazy. Yeah. So practice that in front of a mirror or something. Yeah. Okay, and then as soft as you dare, unless you practice really trying to do the softer, it's not going to get better, right? So this is something you should do every day, like that little bit there.
Yeah.
And maybe work your way up from something a bit lower to really push yourself into trying to play softer. A flat's not a terrible note. I think A natural is easier. It's got a little bit more resistance in it or something. But if you could really push the envelope, so when you get into a performance situation, you don't go nearly that far, right? But until you really try harder. The A flat finger, what could you do that would make that easier from a sounding point of view? No C sharp sure.
But I'm doing is putting the drop 2 fingers here.
Right. You know, that might be a good one to look up in that book.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I'll bet there's something else you can do. Yeah, it'd be worth trying. And yeah, experiment with the foot and stuff. And if you're thinking about the balance of those notes, right? I feel like I need to make the bottom one kind of more like a mezzo piano. Yeah. Otherwise, the high notes sound like they stick out. Yeah. So make sure the context is great. And that reminds me, you played so loud here, there was no crescendo. So, yeah, if you think about, she's written piano seguito, we're not going to do that really because it's low, right? But here, piano for sure, right? So you've got piano in piano, mezzo forte. Yeah, and it's not really going to compete against sort of fortes over here, right? Yeah, it's the end of this, which is a little bit more laid back. Yeah. Okay, then the last thing I want to talk about, I think. Oh god, okay. The soaring thing. If you get a little bit more air in the sound there, like the air is got a little bit more air flowing through, not quite so tight in your face. In a whole, that sounds like it's like you can't quite tell where it's coming from. It's a very different color. That's a spectacularly useful thing in orchestra playing. When you want to sound like you're like Beethoven 4, the beginning of that solo. That's a really good feeling of that sound. Yeah, it's not actually loud, right? But it's got the feeling of being very connected and easygoing. Yeah. Play that. E flat was spectacular. I mean, sorry, the F was spectacular, not the E flat. So you can get the E flat the same, don't change it, don't play it. Good. Your high G is too loud. Great. Yeah, so you could actually just a little louder on the C because it's just that much lower. Yeah. Okay. Beautiful. Too loud. Too loud, not enough feeling of keeping the meter. Yeah. And this is the beginning, right? So I could see you're being very mindful about trying to make it the same. But the articulation of those notes is not. Yeah. And you kind of lost the feeling of speed with this. So part of the beginning being very da is the feeling of strong pulse, right? So even though it's soft center. Yeah. Okay. Play the harmonic again. Fingers. Right. Good. Okay, good work everybody.